Excellent. So, Surviving Mars is a game made by Haymont Games, which is a developer that is under the wing of Paradox. So, Paradox published this game, and it received great reviews when it was launched, and it was supported with multiple DLC packages. I did pick up all the DLC with the latest Steam Summer Sale, so we'll have access to all the content as far as that goes. There's also a Steam Workshop that's available for the game as well, so mods can be installed onto the game and kind of further enhance the gameplay. I haven't really taken a look at that yet, as far as that goes. But the idea that it was kind of proposed to me was that it was kind of a mixture of city skylines and just your regular sort of colony builder, your city builder, like a Sim City sort of thing. So we're gonna go ahead and get started here. I don't know how to play this game. This is the very first time that I've ever turned it on. And again, we have all the content here, so definitely something that we're gonna experience firsthand together. And I hope that you all look forward to it. Let's go ahead and get started here. We're gonna go ahead and do the tutorial because again, I've not done this at all. So let's start with the basics. In this tutorial, you will learn how to navigate Mars, how to land a rocket, manage drones, and construct buildings on Mars. Let's do it.
Welcome to Mars.
Okay. Was expecting him to continue on, but I guess not. Welcome to Mars. In this training exercise, you will learn how to gather basic resources from the Martian surface, how to construct a small base, and how to refuel the rocket in order to send it back to Earth. Let's get started. All achievements are disabled during all tutorials. Not a worry, not a concern.
Hints, such as this one, will appear throughout the training process, giving useful information on how to advance in your current tasks.
Okay. Let's go ahead and dismiss that greeting.
You need to master the camera controls and familiarize yourself with the terrain around the prospective colony site.
So we need to zoom in toward the suggested landing site. So looks like each one of these is a grid square. Looks like they're called sectors here. And each one of the sectors has a buildable area that we can go through. There's a chance for metals, rare metals, concrete. So different types of minerals are available. Zoom in on the explored sector to examine the surface of Mars more closely. I assume this is the sector we need to go to. So, okay. So pan is WASD. WSAD, tilt and rotate. Hold middle mouse button, move mouse.
Now it's time to land your first rocket.
I wasn't done yet, game. I was still going through the tutorial. Calm down. Now it's time to land your first rocket. Proceed by selecting the pinned icon representing the rocket that is currently in orbit around Mars. Land the rocket on Mars, okay? So we've got the rocket.
With the rocket selected, designate a landing site on the indicated location.
Okay, so then we kind of position the rocket here on the map. It wants us to, like, make it right here. Cool. We can rotate if we wanted to. Kind of like this. Sure, we'll do that. Here comes the rocket. That's a shark's accidental masher. Kind of like a Planet Express logo there. Alright, so we got some drones out now, it looks like.
And we have touchdown. The rocket has landed on Mars.
Excellent. So it carries drones, remotely controlled robots which constitute your construction and resource gathering workforce. Gathering basic resources for construction is one of the first things our Martian base needs. Place a metals depot so the drones can begin automatically bringing metals from the scattered surface deposits nearby. Gather 5 metals in that metals depot. Okay, I can do that. Let's pause, because I love the fact that there's a pause feature in the game. And we need to find the metals depot. Open the build menu using right click. Okay. Then follow the arrows and choose the metal depot. So here's the arrow. Storages. What else do we have here? Infrastructure, power, production, life support, storages, domes, homes, education and research, dome services, dome spires, decorations, outside decorations, landscaping, and terraforming. So lots of things are waiting for us here, for sure. Let's go and click on storages. And let's see, we've got here Universal Depot, which is not yet available, our regular depot, Resource Specific Depot, and then dumping sites, regular and then large. So let's click on the Resource Specific Depot now. And we've got Metals Depot, Concrete Depot, Food Depot, Rare Metals Depot, Polymers Depot, Electronics Depot, Machine Parts Depot, Fuel Depot, and Seeds Depot. So lots of storage that we're going to need as well in this game, it looks like. So this Metals Depot will store 180 total metals. Some resources will be transported to other depots within the drone range. And then pick a spot to place the depot. Make sure it is close to the rocket. So notice how I can't intersect within the realm of the rocket space. Like this. So I have to set it like nearby it, which I feel like this is fine. Use the controls on the HUD to pause, unpause, increase speed. Now accelerate the game speed so the drones can get the required metals faster. Cool. So there they go. Hard at work. Grabbing some minerals. I like how they call this a depot, but it's really just like a big rectangle. That's not a depot at all.
Our rocket carries valuable resources that will be essential for the construction and maintenance of the colony. Initially, it's best to designate a universal depot, so the drones have a place to store them.
Okay. So now we need to place a universal depot, which I guess is any sort of minerals that don't qualify for the metals depot. Where was that build one again? Oh, right click. Stores 30 units of each transportable resource. Some resources will be transported to other depots. Okay, so I'm gonna make it go on the other side so I'm not confused. Right there.
Along with metals, concrete is the other vital basic construction resource.
The concrete extractor building must be placed over or within proximity of a concrete deposit. From the build menu, select a concrete extractor and place it at the proposed location. Right click. Going over to production now. Here we have the concrete extractor. We also have a metals extractor, rare metals, polymer, small electronics, small machine parts, and fuel refinery. So this concrete extractor extracts sulfurous-rich regolith from concrete deposits and produces concrete. All extractors raise dust, resulting in more frequent maintenance for buildings in the gray area. So not only do we want to make sure that we get the concrete from this, but we also need to make sure that we complete our maintenance on any buildings that are nearby because they're going to get disturbed by all the dust. Already needing to worry about our industrial mindset. Alright, so we've got ourselves a deposit here. It wants me to flip this guy around, it looks like. So we'll rotate. Like so. And then place the connection.
Well done. Now observe how the drones will carry all the resources to the site, and then construct the concrete extractor.
Remember, the construction will finish more quickly on the fastest game speed. true, but I don't want to necessarily go too fast. Anybody else here play a building simulator like SimCity or maybe City Skylines or something similar to this recently? Feel free to comment in chat, get a dialogue going there. It's my first time playing something like this in a very long time, honestly. Little Master says Banished. Banished was a medieval one, wasn't it, Little? Lee Marker says not me. Wex87 recently no. Started with 90s back in SimCity 2000. Got it. Metalmaster says yeah. You try and build a colony to survive. Okay, so we got these drones here now. They're taking all the resources. They're putting it over to the building here. We can see that it requires a specific number of metals. So it's not a percentage base. It's basically just unit based here. So it's got the metals. Now we have the drone picking up one machine part, and probably one more drone picking up another machine part. I like how they're all going back into this ship, because one of them didn't pick up a machine part, and now they're all carrying machine parts back out. That's great. That's swell. Y'all gonna need to go back again. Oh, that's not all machine parts. What is this? Polymer. Oh, they're bringing things out. They're bringing out supplies from the ship. Oh, got it. The ship was carrying supplies. All right, this guy is finally being constructed. Very good. Excellent.
Like most buildings, the concrete extractor needs power in order to operate. Having a reliable electrical grid and supply is essential for the success of the colony.
Wex says, and I played the ever-living capital H out of Alpha Centauri back in the day, but that was 4X, obviously. Oh yeah, Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri, absolutely. Sins of a Solar Empire was another one that was 4X that I enjoyed. Stirling generators are excellent power sources, but they are too complex to be built on Mars during the early stages of our colonization effort. That is why we ship them from Earth partially assembled in prefabs. Prefabs do not require any resources, only drones to unpack and assemble them. We provided you with a Stirling generator prefab. The goal is to construct said Stirling generator and then connect it to the power extractor with a power cable, or place the Stirling generator adjacent to the power to the concrete extractor for direct connection. Okay, so hold on. Select it from the build menu. So right click, power. Here's a Stirling generator. Generates power. While closed, the generator is protected from dust, but produces less power. So here's the thing. It looks like we could build the generator, but if we build it too close to this thing that is producing dust, we won't be able to get the maximum use out of it. So maybe if I put it further away, it'll be good, but I don't know how far the range of the dust goes until I actually place the generator. It's like a catch-22 here. How do I want to do this? I'm going to place it close to the ship. We'll see how this goes. So Stirling generator is placed. They'll start working on that. Nelamaster says Civilization Called to Power was a great game. Wex says never really got into the Civ games, so I did dabble in Civ 2. Yeah, Civ is a great series. I played, I would say Civ 3 the most personally.
Connect the Stirling generator and the concrete extractor using a power cable from the build menu to power up the extractor.
Okay, so Go to the build menu, power cable. Cables connect adjacent buildings with the power grid when constructed. So we've got... Nope. I'm gonna build this. Oh, okay. Kind of like this. Would this work? It's gonna bug me now that it's on the grid. That should work. Okay. I think that works. So we're now connecting that power grid, I think. The sad thing is I've just blocked off that entire path. Not intentional, but that's what I did. Oh, nope. They can just run right through it, looks like. Well, that's good. They need more metals, though. Let's take a look on this side here. Grabbing those metals, those robots go. Lee Marker says Pharaoh 1 and 2 were my last. I never played the Pharaoh games. Like Zeus and Pharaoh, I want to say.
Waste rock is a byproduct of all extractors and is best stored at designated locations. This way you can ensure that it will not be in the way of future construction.
The amount of waste rock per resource extracted depends on the grade of the resource deposit. You can select a resource deposit to view its grade and the amount of resources remaining in it. Place a dumping site and a concrete depot to store the extracted concrete. Alright, so we're going to pause. So we're going to take the storage. Going back to depot. Now we're making a concrete depot. We'll put the concrete depot right next to the site. And also a dumping site on the other side.
Drones will pick pending tasks on their own within the range of the drone controllers they are assigned to.
Currently, all drones are assigned to the rocket. When the rocket is selected, the work range of all drones assigned to it will be visualized. If the rocket takes off, however, all these drones will need another controller. The goal, build a drone hub and make sure it is supplied with power. Okay, build a drone hub. So right click. Now we're going to infrastructure. There's the drone hub. Consumes 3 power. Requires 1 maintenance. We haven't even gotten to that part yet. Controls drones. I'm just gonna have it be connected right to that power line right there. Should be easy enough. I think. Take care, Lee Marker. Alright, I think we're good. I think we've got a process now. Hopefully, he says. Alright, they're building the drone hub. Did it automatically receive?
Drones run on batteries that have to be recharged periodically.
Drones run on battery. Okay. Every drone hub has 2 recharge stations built in, but you might need additional ones as the colony spreads out. Constructing recharge stations, especially along areas with heavy drone activity, will prove vital for maintaining an efficient workforce. Build a recharge station near the concrete extractor. Okay. Recharge station. Seems a bit silly to just put it right here, but okay, cool. Oh, look at that go. It's getting up all that concrete. Okay, so we're working it. We're moving. Our drones are hard at work. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Look at them go, getting those metals. It does kind of look like it's mowing the lawn, Wex. Absolutely. It's like steamrolling everything.
Maintaining a steady supply chain between Earth and Mars is essential, especially during the early colonization stages.
Every rocket has enough fuel for a one-way trip to Mars and has to be refueled on site so that it can return to Earth and be reused. Fuel is produced in a fuel refinery. To set up the production chain, we'll also need water. The goal, build a moisture vaporator and then a fuel refinery. Okay. So let's see here now. Build menu. Life support now. Moisture vaporator. Yeah, this is kind of getting in the way. It's got like a range of things next to it. I wonder if that's the dust portion. Like in the case of the concrete stuff. Let's move. Let's give it some room and move it over here. Production fuel refinery. Move that right there. And then how do I do the power grid again? I've forgotten already. Power. Power cables. Yes. Wex asks, I wonder how much of this is based on hard science. Seems pretty accurate, but then again, I would not know. Neither would I. Let's go here, I guess. And then here. I mean, I assume it's a bit based on it, if nothing else. All right, they're building those power lines now. This guy's still building up all the concrete. Speed things up a little bit. Power's up. I gotta work on the power line here to finish that one off. Get to work, drones. There we go.
We don't have sufficient power for all the buildings in the colony.
Uh-oh. But we need to build a new Stirling generator. Alright, let's see now. So we go back to build. Go to Stirling generator. Got another one. Cool. And we just gotta build it along the path here. So that should do right there. Wex says, I just noticed I own this game on Epic. Might have to play it myself sometime. Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Hopefully that works out there. So when you run out of power, all the buildings lose power. It's like they can't just get enough juice for one of them. Everything shuts down, looks like. Let's go ahead and speed up here. Then build up that power.
A system of pipes is used to deliver resources such as water and air where they are needed.
The moisture evaporator has to be connected with pipes to the fuel refinery. Okay. Connect the moisture evaporator to the fuel refinery with a pipe. Unlike cables, pipes have to be placed at specific spots to connect to a building. Look for the marker spots on the ground next to the moisture evaporator and the fuel refinery. Okay. So now we're going back into life support. Making some pipes, which transports water and oxygen. Okay. So we've got this thing to here. That should do, I think, if I read that right. It's not clean. I have to get used to this whole city management thing. I don't like the fact that the power cable and the pipe cable are like on top of each other. Bothers me already. I know it will. I'll speed that up.
Resources are low.
Fuel production is now underway, and the drones will begin to deliver the fuel to the rocket.
Okay, use the speed controls to increase game speed so the rocket refuels faster. For the purposes of this tutorial simulation, the rocket needs far less fuel, 5, than it would need during a normal playthrough, 50. Alright, refuel the rocket. Wait for the fuel refinery to produce the fuel and the drones to load it to the rocket. You can select the rocket to find out how much fuel has already been delivered. Right now, it is at 0 of 5. It is waiting to refuel. Wex says it doesn't take long for humans to start making fuel on a new planet. We're pretty good at that, Wex. We're pretty good at digging the things out of the ground, is what I would say. Clean fuel, that's another story altogether. Alright, let's go ahead and speed this up now. Meanwhile, this concrete guy is still going. Yeah, it just basically steamrolls everything. Look at that. Grinds it all up. Speed up even more. We're now at Sol 2. Martian day consists of nearly 25 Earth hours. Moisture guy going, got the fuel guy going, still grinding up all the concrete here. We're at 2 of 5 fuel now. 3 of 5 fuel. Four of 5, 1 more to go. Oh, what's this? Select the rocket and press the launch button to send it back on its way toward Earth. Return to Earth initiates launch sequence of the return trip. Note that the rocket has to be refueled and any remaining resources on board will be lost. We can take a look here. There are no resources on the rocket. We're good to go. Let's go ahead and launch. Launch the rocket. All the drones have to leave it, I think. There it goes! Goodbye, rocket! And she's off.
Congratulations. You have finished the first tutorial.
Excellent. You've learned how to set up a basic outpost on Mars that can gather resources for further expansion and refuel rockets. Using rockets to bring in additional supplies from Earth is essential for a fledgling colony. Bye, Chen. How are you? Cool. So we can go into our next tutorial here, which is going to be rovers exploration and research, which is actually right at a good time too, as we wrap up this first tutorial and episode here for Surviving Mars.